Aw.
They look happy.
Who took that one of you two?
Not me.
Really?
Where were you?
Wasn't you? I mean, this is your card.
Yes, it's my card.
So, did you, like, did I take this photo of you?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Even better.
Yeah.
But I have my camera.
Yes, you did. Okay. So confused.
Is this the falls?
That's the falls.
The bad falls.
That's a ridiculously good photo, though. Dang, girl.
I don't have a wide angle lens.
It doesn't matter. A good
pretty
photo's
wide-
a good
wide photo.
photo's a good photo, Laurel.
Well,
That's-
do you think a wide angle lens, like, you would have to have one for that photo, don't you think?
No, I mean, you got the waterfall, you got the mountain, you got the additional waterfall, you got the bay over here.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty wide.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
This is the last photo, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
Yes,
Like-
it is.
We have to find the person with the credit for that picture.
I'm so confused.
Why?
What?
Why?
I mean, she took the photo. Like,
Actually, I didn't take this photo.
what? Who took this photo?
Do you think it looks familiar?
No, I didn't take this photo
Why not?
because I was busy probably swimming down the water down there.
Where's my stuff?
What? So confused.
You did take this photo.
How? What the heck? What?
It's your camera card.
How?
Memorial Day we spent at the farm. Kate and I spent at the farm, and we
Yep.
told them about the Iceland trip.
Again?
In the evening, we were going over this story again and lamenting on your situation.
Sure.
God would love to have gone scuba diving down there. But
Okay.
it's over in Iceland, so you can't do that. I can't just drive over there and do that. So he suggested that I could contact a scuba dive shop in Iceland to see if they'd be interested in doing this. And then Carly suggested that I don't tell you about it.
You're welcome.
And the next day, I wrote to them that evening.
What?
The next day they wrote back and said, we'd love to, but it's tourist season, we're too busy to do that. But I'll let my coworkers know in case anyone wants to do it on their day off. And he apparently also posted this story to Scuba Dive, a forum in Iceland, because another guy from a different shop wrote back to me the next day, I think it was, and said I'd like to, and he had questions about what kind of gear it was and where it fell. So I sent some pictures showing, and it turns out I actually sent a picture showing the wrong location. But a couple days later,
Despite that.
he went with a couple of friends. This guy is actually a professional diver. He's from Hungary and then has been living in Thailand for a while, and now is currently working in Iceland for the summer with some friends. So they took a rental vehicle and they drove to this waterfall a couple days later when they had day off. And they went diving. He went diving at 2 o'clock in the morning in order not to be caught by rangers. I didn't know it was not allowed to go diving in this waterfall, but apparently that's the case.
Okay.
And it was still light out, of course, this time of year. And he had a bunch of emergency equipment along. Like, his friends had all the gear that they needed to help this guy if he needed any help going into the waterfall. And he contacted me the next morning, which was a Saturday morning, and said that he had gotten all of your gear out of the water. And he had it with him in his apartment, and it was drying out. He said it was the scariest dive he's ever done. It was awful. Like, he had a lot of fun with it, and he didn't get hurt, but he had to put 40 pounds of lead weight on in order to crawl along the bottom, and he was still being pushed by the force of the water. And all of your gear was 6 to 12 feet down, and it was pushed like up and under this really big rock.
Yep.
So it's kind of a mess.
Yep.
It was 1 week after it fallen into the water. And then I wrote and I said, could you lay it all out, and could you put the camera in rice to get the liquid out, get it pulled out? And he'd already done all of that. He's a great guy, and he's just the perfect guy to be doing this all with. So then the plan was to wait a couple days. What I cared most about was the pictures. Is the camera card okay? And it was too wet to tell at first, so we were going to dry it out for a couple days and then try it in his computer. So he did that, And by that point, it was like Sunday night or Monday or something like that. And he just emailed me 4 of the photos and said, like, I can see all of the photos on this card. They're all fine. And he copied them all onto his computer with my permission in case something happened with actually getting the card back to me. So I was like, yes, keep the photos for now.
Hey.
So it's fun to see. These are a few of the photos that I got in my file here, the ones that he emailed. And then my plan was, once everything was dry enough to get really a lot of the liquid out of the camera and the lens, that
your guppy equipment.
Ship it back. Yeah, but it was kind of risky to ship it back with water in it. So we're going to try and get it as dry as possible, but it's kind of difficult.
Wasn't it like all destroyed and...
Not that awful, it sounds like.
Okay.
And the lens is actually not broken.
One piece.
The electronics, of course, are broken, but that can be fixed. So, the tripod is still in Iceland because there's so much grit in it that it's not going to fold up.
Yep.
So the plan was to ship it back. But it gets even better because at that point of my conversation with this guy, I think his name is Gary or Jerry, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name.
The guy from Hungary.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
We were planning to ship it back. But then you mentioned to me, I'm going to talk to my friend Maggie who's going to Iceland in a few days. I was like, that's cool that she's going to Iceland. Then the next afternoon, I was thinking about that conversation again. I was like, wait a second. Maybe she can bring the stuff back with her. So first I had to figure out who this Maggie is. I don't know her last name. I don't know if you're friends with her on Facebook, but you're friends with 2 Maggies on Facebook.
Yep.
One of them is living in Boulder. So I sent her a message, but it went to her other box because I'm not her friend and I didn't want to become her friend on Facebook because then you might notice that and wonder.
I don't like
So
Facebook.
I don't want to take a chance. But then I noticed I have a mutual friend with this Maggie person, and that's Jessica. So I wrote to Jessica and I told her the entire story. I said, so is this right, Maggie? Is this Maggie going to Iceland? If she is, could you tell her to read her message on Facebook?
Yeah.
So she did. She said, yeah, that Maggie is our friend. She's going to Iceland. And Maggie had to check with her brother to see how it would work out with their plans to meet up with the scuba dive guys. So there's a lot of conversation between Maggie and the scuba dive guy and me to figure out when they could meet, and they met on Friday in Reykjavik, and that is where he's living, so it worked out well.
Just a few days ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you keep joking with Maggie about biting my camera.
Yes,
The first time she didn't have it. At church the other morning she did.
You know some people with some decent poker faces, at least.
Yes,
She was
seriously.
very good. And Ty knows about it, and he didn't tell you.
Well, no, he didn't.
This morning, we were planning to get the camera then at church, so Carly and Maggie got connected then at church, and Maggie gave these things to Carly, and Carly got them to me this afternoon. I think that's the whole story.
Yeah.
So the tripod, if you want to ship it back, you can, but it sounds like it's probably not worth it for the state it's in. Probably not worth to fix it and clean it up and get it shipped here and stuff. But the rest of it's here. So, yeah. That's the surprise.
Are you surprised?
A wee bit.
It was fun. We thought you'd figure it out by seeing the pictures, but
You was like really close at the beginning. The first picture that he took, I think you said
you looked at it for a little bit.
Yeah, you were.
Well,
yeah, the one of you.
There were 2 back to back there. The one right
Oh,
before
okay.
and the one you took.
Well, I was like, I don't understand. And you're like, I'm like, did I take this photo? You're like, yeah. And you said you had your camera. I'm like, whatever.
I know.
I don't know.
But I mean, you're in disbelief because yours is in the bottom of
Mine's
this
the
fall.
bottom of a waterfall.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's a little scuffed up, but who knows? Yeah, who knows what's with it inside? Huh. Cool.
So I
can
talked
look
to
at your
Jessica
photos.
this morning for a while at church because I had to go out with Hadley.
Sure.
And so she and I sat and talked for a while, and she told all your friends that were at
Yes.
Jess and Ty's house the other night after you left. And the report I got was most of them were crying because they were so excited.
I talked with Brittany about it at church this morning. She was
owe you a gigantic thank you. Your poker face is very, very, very strong. So this is when you were saying that this surprise was going to be the surprise that stayed all surprises.
Pretty much. I don't know if we put those photos that were emailed to us in the list of my photos for you to look through. That was my friend Mitchell Lyon's idea. When I had Sarah and Mitchell over the other day and I told them about this story, he thought it was this way of showing you.
Last minute changes.
Yeah, because I hadn't really thought of the best way to reveal it yet. It was like, gotta do something creative.
Kevin's just like, here, guess what we found on the street.
Okay, so...
Open this box.
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't know what to expect at all. Never my wildest dreams did I think it would be that.
Okay.
Mostly because I thought it was gone forever.
Yeah.
And...
I'm glad you didn't figure it out. I just couldn't figure out how you never thought about it. Like,
yeah.
We don't have that much.
I was pretty sure you thought it was gone forever, and you were never ever gonna guess this.
I wouldn't have gone through with insurance claims and everything if I ever thought I was seeing it again.
Yeah.
I'd be crying anyways right now if I wasn't so shocked. I probably will cry at some point. So,
Sweet.
no, I really have no idea what to say. I mean, I've said thank you a few times now. I want to say more, but my brain does not work.
Well, I'm pretty sure just giving it to you is enough for like just watching you get it back.
Yeah.
You have, you've set the bar really high. I might have to, if this is a competition.
It doesn't have to be.
I'm very competitive.
I'm not going to throw my camera in the water, so.
That's right.
You may not, but hey.
You better not.
Your boyfriend
You could
here.
arrange to have his phone in the water.
Your boyfriend here, listen.
Right?
Oh yeah.
You're the one that started the trouble. I don't know.
Well, your boyfriend seems to have a certain fascination with waterfalls. So, goodness.
Boy.
No, like, we kept looking at the photo at the end, and I was like, well, Todd, of course, like, I took a photo from there, but and you're like, oh, you need a wide angle lens. Like, yeah, you took the photo, obviously, because I don't have a camera, like, I don't have a lens, I don't have anything. And I kept saying, like, I was like, I didn't take any photos of, like, with your equipment there, because I had shown you, like, some photos of, like, Kirkjufellfoss, like, holding my, that filter. That's crazy just to say. Holding that filter in front of your lens and everything. We didn't do that at Kirkjufellfoss, so I was like, that's not my photo. Like, that couldn't be. It's not possible.
Yeah, but I can't get all that in a frame from my camera.
But again, the impossibility of what happened. My goodness.
How confusing for you.
I'm
confused.
Yes.
Let's go on.
No, yes, I'm very confused. And then you slide that in front of me, like. At first, I'm like, oh, cool, you bought me like a 64 gig card.
That is the surprise. No, surprises.
Well, I was like, oh yes, I used to have one of those, and I do have two of those.
Okay.
And they're both gold. And so I'm like, oh, cool. Like, I had one that was in there, obviously, and I'm like, oh, cool. I have another one. And then everyone just kept looking at me. I'm like, yes, go on. So, no, I don't even know what to say.
Did you know you were being filmed? Was that making it more confusing?
No, that wasn't making it more confusing.
Okay. You just thought I was randomly filming you guys at the table.
I had it down on the table.
Right.
No, like...
now I'm making it more obvious.
Yes. But no, like, it wasn't like it was like... That was... No. It just never assumed. I was like, oh, she's probably just taking videos for, like, posterity's sake. Or, like,
right.
To show, like...
I am.
Yeah, to show, like, to showcase, like, oh, hey, look, this is a surprise.
Oh, yes. Yeah. A lot of people want to see this video.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Okay, so I've already said that you're, like, the sweetest person I've ever met in my life. So this takes the cake for now and forever.
Okay.
So, I'm blown away that you care that much. will think a better way to say thank you some other day. Or some other time. But